The saint of the day for June 3rd, Saint Kevin of Glendalough. Son of nobility, he lived with monks from age 12. He was ordained a priest. Following his ordination, he lived as a hermit for 7 years in a cave at Glendalough, a Bronze Age tomb now known as Saint Kevin's Bed, to which he was reportedly led by an angel. He wore skins, ate the nettles and herbs that came to hand, and spent his time in prayer. Word of his holiness spread, and he attracted followers. Founded the monastery at Glendalough, which included relics brought back during a pilgrimage to Rome. This house, in turn, founded several others, and around it grew a town which is now part of the Archdiocese of Dublin. Served as abbot for several years. When he saw that the monastery was well established, he withdrew to live as a hermit again. 4 years later, however, he returned to Glendalough at the entreaty of his fellow monks and served as abbot until his death at age 120. Noted as a man who did not always like the company of other men, but was at home with the animals, as some of the legends surrounding him show. During a drought, Kevin fed his monks with salmon, a symbol of wisdom, brought to him by an otter. When one of the monks considered making gloves out of the otter's pelt, it left and never returned. Once during Lent, while he held his arms outstretched in prayer, a blackbird laid an egg in Kevin's hand. He remained in that position until the baby bird hatched. A cow, which habitually licked Kevin's clothes while the saint was in prayer, gave as much milk as 50 other cows. A young man with severe epilepsy received a vision that he would be cured by eating an apple. There were, however, no apple trees around. Kevin, seeing the lad's need, ordered a willow to produce apples. 20 yellow apples appeared on the tree. In his old age, King O'Toole of Glendalough made a pet of a goose. As time passed, the goose also became aged and weak, and finally unable to fly. Hearing of Kevin's sanctity and power, the pagan king sent for him and asked that he make the beloved goose young again. Kevin asked for a payment of whatever land the goose would fly over. As the goose could no longer take flight, O'Toole agreed. When Kevin touched the bird, it became young and flew over the entire valley that was used to found the monastery of Glendalough. He was born in 498 at the Fort of the White Fountain in Ireland. He died June 3rd, 618 of natural causes. He was canonized in 1903. Saint Kevin of Glendalough, pray for us.